Hi guys, what's up? What's up? Yes, I was doing the live stream. Good morning, everyone. I was streaming on the YouTube live, the usual YouTube live, and one of my subscribers, my dearest Miss Criticizer, said she wants to call in and speak on this particular matter. Okay, and of course, she's one of my dearest subscribers, and I know she has a lot to say about this particular pageant because it's what really affects us. So if you're coming from the other live stream, this live stream is a continuation of the other one that was posted. I think it must, yeah. I just finished the live stream about 5 minutes ago. So this one is for her to come and air her opinion on the particular issue. And I raised some issues. I had some concerns about this particular pageant and the durability of the pageant, how it's going to operate. I was asking some questions about it. So I know that most of my subscribers will want to call in and say something about it and air their opinion and talk about, their own concepts or bring their own concepts as to why we should um, support this particular pageant. Okay, so I'll be putting in the link here in case she comes in to join us so she can call in. Okay, so now this particular pageant was launched, I think, sometime last month. I mentioned it earlier in my other live stream, and so far, a lot of people have been, interested in this particular pageant. We've seen national directors from different countries, from US, from Canada, from Asia, Europe, Africa. I think so far in the African continent, we've had two national directors from Ghana and from Nigeria. So I don't know how far the other African countries have, if the other countries have indicated interest. So it's a pageant for Africans, by Africans, and in a larger scale for ladies of African descent. Okay, so if you're of the African descent and you really, really, really want to showcase your culture, your story, you want to come and tell your story, and let us know what you stand for. It's a pageant it's a pageant that welcomes Africans, but at the same time, I have my own reservations on this particular pageant because I know that we are bringing in ladies from different cultural backgrounds. Because if you're talking about African descent, there are a lot of Africans that are scattered all over the continent, all over the different continents. You have Africans in Europe, you have Africans in South America, most especially Brazil, where we have more persons from African descent, of African descent in Brazil. You know, we also have from in Australia as well. We also have from India, in India rather. We also have in Asia where you have the Blasian, half Asian, half African um, ladies or persons. So they are also bringing in their culture because most of them have not lived in the African continent before. They've not had, most of them, they are not even in tune with the African culture. So how do you explain, or how do they fit in? And they also have their own stories, like I mentioned, that they have their own stories to tell because, of course, they've had issues with being bullied as a result of their race. They being left out. They've had racism attacks on them. They've had a lot of things that have made them to question their own personality, to question their roots, because a lot of them, they were not really schooled, or they were not really taught about the African culture. They were not taught on how to promote the African culture. They were not taught on how to carry out certain things. They were not taught on how to or where they are from. Most of them don't even know where they're from. They just know that, oh, their parents, either of their parents is an African, but they don't know the particular point or where they are from the African continent. Because of course, you guys know the African continent is so large. So if you can't trace your roots to a particular country or a particular tribe in the African continent, so I don't know. Anyways, it's a welcome development. Like I said, in the long run, it's going to try to bring together the ladies from the African continent that has roots in the African continent. But at the same time, they are going to be telling their stories, you know. So, what is the advocacy of this particular pageant? Is it a humanitarian pageant? Is it a pageant that caters just for the ladies of African descent? You know, and for them to come and tell their stories. But what is the main point of whoever is going to be crowned as queen of the first ever Miss Africana International? What is going to be um her advocacy at the end of the day when she's being crowned queen? Is she going to carry on in humanitarian works? Is she going to be traveling? Of course she'll be traveling around, but what is she going to be promoting aside from the African culture? What other things is she going to be promoting? Is she going to carry out humanitarian works? Is she going to be like a unifying factor in the African continent? There are so many things that needs to be put in place, because right now it's looking like this is more or less like a breakaway from the Miss Grand International, because you guys know that Abina, of course, Abina has been a Miss Grand advocate for the longest time, and for some time Miss Grand has not really been on the good books of a lot of pageant bloggers like me. So now switching from Miss Grand to launching your own pageant as as an African, as a former beauty queen, there's so many things that she needs to address. And of course, I know that, she has given enough time from now to next year, for the pageant to be fully launched. Because of course, pageants have been launched, but the first edition will take place next year. So what is the major things we should be looking out for? The queen should be looking out for, and whoever is to be crowned the queen, what are we looking out for in that particular person? So there's so many questions that needs to be answered, and I'm here for it. I'm really here for it. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry guys, I took out time to um share the live stream. Okay, so the link is on the bio, it's on the description box rather. So you want to call in, that's the link on the description box. So you can call in and let us discuss on this particular topic. Okay. So like I was saying, what is the motive of the particular queen? Whoever is going to be crowned queen, of course, she's going to be traveling, but is that a charity? Okay, let me add Miss Priscilla to stage now. She's back. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Is
okay,
it
let
clear?
me see you. I'm not sure why if I put my earpiece in, it doesn't. Let me try again.
Is it clear from my end?
Okay, give me a second. I'll get the other headphones in. Sorry about
Okay, it's fine.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you
Yes, I
hear
can
me?
hear you. It's clear.
Yes,
Yes,
okay, much
it's clear.
better. Much better. I think it had to do with my previous headphone. How are you, by the way? I hope you're getting better.
I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah. What you should have done is the pineapple's skin and ginger, fresh ginger, lemon, and a little
Wow.
bit of pepper, and boil
Oh,
it.
that's good.
Boil it all
Okay.
together and drink it like you have to
I
keep
wow. I'm
drinking
just
it
saying
for
about
2
this
days.
recipe.
Yeah, yeah. So
Are
the
you serious?
skin of the pineapple, fresh lemon, of course, which
Yes.
you cut. That one is the obvious one. Ginger,
Of
and
course,
then you add
ginger.
you can add cloves to cloves, and
Okay.
then a little bit of pepper. I'll say maybe cayenne
Oh,
pepper or any pepper powder, Cameroon pepper or anything,
Cameroon
and
pepper.
then
Yeah.
you boil it. You have to boil a lot and just drink it consistently, like
Wow.
like let's say 10 glasses.
A
It's
day.
not it doesn't I mean at least maximum. Well, if it's the glasses, small glasses, but I'll say maybe like 6 glasses
Okay.
minimum a day, and you just have to keep drinking it. And trust me, detox it will help.
Wow.
It will really, really
I'll
help.
try
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
try
Try.
that.
Yeah, and
Thank
I
you
hope
so
you
much.
get better. Yeah, I hope you get better. I
Thank you.
know of
Yes,
the
I will.
rain
Of
and
course, I
everything
will.
that's going on. Yeah, yeah. So
It's
about
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So about Miss Africana, I mean, when I heard
Yes.
it, when I heard it, I'm like, and I'm the type of person I'll always support. I'll support the purpose. We know the reason why it's created is because, as Black women or as African women, we're underrepresented when it comes to the international pageants.
Yeah.
Winning is barely, our chances are barely, even placements too, we're almost at the bottom toe. So I mean, I like that there's representation, and this was created. When I heard about the initiative, I'm like, okay, this is actually good. I'm not going to knock it down. For me, any Pan-African pageant or anything of that sort, I support. Same with the
Yeah.
Miss Africa production, Miss Africa tourism, all those things.
Yeah.
I support it. But at least with those type of pageants, like for example, Miss Africa production, you know what the purpose is. They kept it
Yes.
strictly African. It's of course empowering women, just promoting African beauty,
Beauty.
just anything in general whatsoever. So that one is a
Yeah.
clear objective, what we know. So Miss Africana, when
Yes.
I heard it, I thought it would be similar to that, but then okay, I saw that they said it's for African descent. So for example, Afro Latinos can compete, Afro South
Yes.
Americans, and then let's say Afro Asians, to just anybody from that descent, maybe African
Yeah.
American or Afro
America.
European, for everybody. So let's just say it's
Yes.
not only limited to Africa. Then I'm like,
Africa.
okay, I don't have a problem with that, But then they said North Africans too, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm
You know.
like, and then and for example, the Filipinos one was not a clear one, and to be honest, I don't have a problem with her including Philippines. That's a big pageant supporter. But then maybe she should have said Afro Filipinos. For example,
Yes.
Filipinos that have, let's say, African blood. There are also
There are many of
some
them. Even here in
indigenous,
Nigeria, we
yeah,
have Filipinos.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And you have some indigenous Filipinos that have African blood. They're almost close to, like, how those Polynesians are, people from Fiji
Yeah.
and all those types. So that one,
Yeah.
maybe it should just be clearly described. So in general, African descent. But for the North African one, I was like, you
They're not in
see, it's
support
like it is
because they are more like the
deviating.
Arabians.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, with them, it's always a bit of a gray area. For example, look, I understand Miss Africa production. They included some people from Algeria and North African countries.
Morocco.
Even with Miss Africa tourism too, but that one we understand because it was a continental thing. It wasn't of
Yes.
Afro descent, if that makes sense. So a continental thing, technically, North Africa will be included. So that one, it's like, okay, you know what it is. But when you are saying somebody who is of African descent, somebody who is of Afro descent, okay, you're extending it to
Yes.
Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latinos, then that one, I'm like, okay, because you said it's African descent. But when you are here putting North Africans too, I'm like, we are missing the mark. We are
Exactly.
missing the mark
And not,
because they
yes,
are not, culturally, we only share the same continent, that's it. But
the same
culturally,
continent.
ethnicity, they're not really black Africans, let's just be honest, so
Exactly.
that's the first thing that I wanted to get out of the way. Second of all,
So
I heard you said what was the objective,
yes,
for example, when it comes to how do you say it, the beauty with purpose,
with
um,
a purpose, the
charitable
advocacy, the
beauty with a purpose,
yeah.
advocacy, so many other things. So that is yet to come, because the thing with Abena is that she's coming from the Miss Grand world. So we are asking
Mm,
ourselves, does she want to model the Miss Grand
yes.
business model, if that makes sense?
It-
Is it about
yes.
beauty,
Is it more like a
glamour?
copycat?
Yeah. Is it more of that sort, so we need to know what the purpose is. If it's all in one, then I'm thinking, okay, no problem. But I would personally think it's the beauty, it's the glam, but also maybe the charitable one, and also talking about, let's say, what you said, challenges that we of African origin, what
Decent
we
face.
face,
Yes.
and how we can resolve it, and just to be a role model impacting young women, especially, let's say, in the market of Africa, or even, let's say,
Yes.
predominantly, how do you say it, maybe our diaspora. Many black women, they're not really represented
Diaspora
like that. Yeah, diaspora, they are
at
not
all.
really represented like that, let's say, in the entertainment industry, in the business field. We still have a long way to go, things like that. So I feel like maybe that purpose is also something that needs to be promoted heavily, so
Yeah.
where they said that they can be a role model, promote yeah, black women more in the public spaces, like, you know it can just be anything. So in the entertainment field,
Yeah.
be speaking about it, especially in the entertainment field. That's something that we're still
Exactly.
undermined when it comes to the pay, when it comes to just anything in general. So I think that's something that can be emphasized. But now also, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because, for example, let's just say, I'm going to give an example, and I don't want this to probably be the same in Miss Africana. Yeah. When Abena was when she was hosting the Miss Grand Ghana, I've watched a few episodes. Yeah. And she's trying, because I
Okay.
understand she's not getting a lot of sponsorships. Can you hear me?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course, I can hear
yeah,
you.
yeah. She's not getting a lot of sponsorships, but they did with what they could. I liked how she and the previous
Mm,
Miss Grand winners, they worked as a team and they scouted
yeah.
these girls. Yeah, so that's not a problem for me. But the thing is, it's called Miss Grand Ghana, and they still had some other girls from other
Mm,
countries that were I don't know, that were Miss Grand Ghana finalists. There was this
okay.
girl. I'm not sure if you heard about this controversy, but about Miss Cosmo
Yes, I
Ghana.
think one
Miss
from a
Cosmo
country, is it
Ghana.
Sierra
She's
Leone or
from
so? I don't know. I
Gabon.
can't remember.
She's from
From
Gabon.
Gabon. Yes, Gabon.
Yes,
Sorry.
from Gabon, and the
I
Ghana
heard
beauty
about it.
pageant. Yeah, the Ghana beauty pageant in the community said, we are not standing for this. I saw that girl.
Okay.
She was also auditioning in Miss Grand Ghana. you
Mm,
know and the thing is that when that whole Miss Cosmo controversy came out, I know Abena
yes.
spoke out and said it's unfair against the girl, it's unfair. She didn't stand, she was not in support of, let's just say, how the Ghana pageant community reacted. But I
Yes.
just feel that it's a contradiction, because the girl didn't even grow up in Ghana. She came as a student. That's the thing.
You
We're
see?
not desperate for anybody to just come and represent us. It's not even like you were born there, you integrated, you've learned the languages, you learned the cultures, you
Yeah.
don't have any ties. So I'm against that.
Exactly.
So my issue is that now that Miss Africana is going to happen, yeah, you're going to mix, let's say, girls from the continent, Africa. then girls from,
Yes.
let's say, America, from Europe, from
America,
South America, and all that stuff.
Latin
What we don't want to
America.
see, what we don't want to see is favoritism. We don't want
Exactly.
to see favoritism, and we don't want to see, let's say, the African diaspora, let's say in America, for example, for them to be favored just because they speak with an American accent, and they're,
Accent. Yeah.
it's the competition. I just feel it's going to be an a little bit of an unfair competition, because I'm going to give
Exactly.
an example of Faith Maria Porter, who I love, by the way. She really represented Ghana very well. I love her.
Yes. Kudos to her.
But the thing is, if we have to be honest, if it's not only in Ghana, even other African countries, they always want to get, let's say, the the African girl that is from America, that was born, raised in America. They put them on a pedestal. They're the preferred ones. So then it's going to be, I don't know. I just feel like the clash in between that is just, I just don't know. But then on the other hand, somebody will say that the Americans, the ones that grew up in America, they are confident speakers too. They are confident
Of
speakers.
course,
They know how it works. They are not
because they are more
introverted,
exposed.
and they are more
Yeah.
exposed. So that works in their favor. Whereas, let's say, some of our girls, they are more introverted. They don't know how to
Introverted.
speak. They just need a bit of coaching. So it's a bit of a dicey one. It's just
Mm.
so many things to
Yes.
address. I am looking forward to it. I know she's probably working a lot on this. She stepped down from the Miss
Yes.
Grand
Step down
Ghana
from Miss Grand
organization.
Ghana.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. She stepped down so that she could focus on this. So I'm wondering how it is. In the beginning, it's never smooth. It will take time,
Exactly.
for funding and so many other things, sponsorships. But I'm just
And
looking forward
sponsors
to it.
as well.
Sponsors,
Sponsors.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The goal
Not
is
really
good.
easy.
The goal is good, but again, we are just going to ask ourselves, is there, maybe the people who will sponsor it, they'll be like, listen, we'll have a preference, for example, more for, let's say, the
Exactly.
Afro Caribbeans, the Afro Latinos, or the American ones. And then it's a very dicey one.
It's
I
a very
actually like
dicey
the
one because
idea.
we
I
all know
like
the
the
politics
idea.
that
Yeah,
comes with pageantry.
that's the
Mm.
thing. That's the thing. So I like the idea, but whew, it is a very dicey one. You're up against, let's say, 53 African countries. Then we're including,
Yes.
of course, our diaspora sisters. Which
Yes.
I'm all for that. I love all our this thing. Then we have the Filipinos too. Okay, that's also perfectly fine. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. Even the thing is, I'm curious to see if they can even turn it a bit into a reality show, because we want to see the behind the scenes
Yeah,
even of
that would be
everything, how
nice
they
as
how
well.
they yeah, how they mingle with each other, learn about cultures. I think it would be nice, the cultural
Yes.
relationships, everything whatsoever, challenges they discuss, but how they can go above it, and the example they want to set in their community. Yeah, I think the purpose is going to be good, but the thing is, the competition is going to be very interesting. That's all I have to say.
Yes. Of course. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Yeah,
yeah,
I
no
really,
worries.
really
What do you,
appreciate. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, what do you think of it? It's a
I
very
appreciate.
dicey one.
Yeah, it's a very dicey one. You've just mentioned everything, all the gray areas that in fact, most of the one that my mind did not really go to. You just mentioned everything. And in fact, you drew my eyes to a lot of things when it comes to those, especially the Asian
Yeah,
Afro
yeah,
contestants, because um if of course the motive of voting for your candidates, you know that the votes mostly come from the Asia region. Let's
yes,
just
that's
put it.
true. They
And
support
if you have
big.
a lot of
Yeah,
sponsors coming from Asia, of course
yeah,
our African sisters will be
yeah.
disadvantaged, because
The
we all know
again,
that they don't vote over here. So
imagine.
it's
Yeah,
if it's going to be free and fair, I don't think it's going to be 100% free and fair. Of course, no
that's
pageant is 100% free and fair,
yeah,
but at the same time, I think which it shouldn't be prejudiced to the Africans from Africa. That is just
yeah.
it. It should not
That
prejudice
is the
them.
problem, because of an
Yes.
advantage. I
Advantage.
personally
That
feel,
is
do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that even though voting should be allowed, voting should just be 20%. I'm going to say it. I think they need to work heavily on the social media engagement. That is what they should do. Because at least, even if
Yes.
Africans, they don't want to waste their, let's say, money to vote and call, at least they can be putting more likes on, let's say, the Facebook or the Instagram engagement. I think Miss Africana, they can thrive if they have a very good social media management. Like I said, the reality show could be part of it, but we can see the behind the scenes. We get to see the girls, their personality, and at least everybody feels represented. So it needs to be heavily promoted, heavily marketing promoted,
Yes.
and it can be tailored against, let's say, our Gen Z African girls, or let's say Afro Caribbean girls, those type of girls even, and just anything where they represent themselves. They talk about their culture, they talk about how their day went, they talk about just sharing experiences. So it needs to be like momentum kind of thing. They shouldn't, I don't
Yes.
think they should adapt everything Miss Grand style. Miss Grand did it because that's what
No.
works for them. That's what works for them. They have a huge Filipino or Thailand community that will vote, pay money, and all that stuff. But this is still the beginning stage. So I think with this one, it's more like fame. They need to make it more like fame, pageant, fun, things like that. I think it should be heavily social media done. And then the judges too would also need to, yeah, will need to decide. So it's judges and
Yes.
then social media.
Judges also. We need to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that
not
as
hundred
well
percent on
because
social media. Yeah, but yeah, both judges and social media,
judges
just to
on
get the
social media.
popularity. Yeah, yeah, and
Uh,
yeah, and put likes. Yeah,
and
yeah,
also
no,
judges should be 100% African. We don't want
yes.
any Caucasian judge.
Oh,
We don't want any
absolutely not.
because I know
Absolutely not.
it shouldn't. It should be diverse, but Africans, not
Yeah. No, no
mixture
white.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't even know why a white judge should come. I'm sorry, but I think because sometimes in some of the other African pageants, maybe the white judges, they're the sponsors. They're the sponsors of a product, and
Yeah,
they
because of
bring
the
the
product.
judge
Yeah.
who will be the face. But I feel even just aside from beauty pageant, anything that's women related, women in the limelight,
Mm,
female public figure, is something that should be heavily promoted. I don't know why, and the thing should also come from us women and young girls. I don't know why in Africa, I don't know, because I'm doing entertainment, not only pageants, and I just feel
yes,
like I just feel like because maybe you've seen my TikTok, and I'm an Ira Star fan. I'm just giving an example.
yes, I
And
know.
I just feel like she's coming from the most populated country in Africa. The support is just not there for the female artist. Most of her listeners are even male listeners, and I'm like, is it that the women are not listening to female artists? They are not promoting them heavily, they're not streaming their music. It's just in general, like, I just feel like, for example,
It's an African thing.
you compare it to, for example, in America, you have the likes of Taylor Swift, the likes of Caesar, or the likes of all those people. They can become big and massive. They get support. Usually in the West, is people listen more to female artists than male artists. But it's like, I just feel like, are we selling
It's the
ourselves too
culture.
short?
Is social culture that has affected these ladies, and they feel, oh, the male gender is more superior.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Because
We are
like we
now
can't
shifting to
support.
gender.
Because the thing is, I can't even blame the male too much,
Yes,
because the thing is, we women too, we also need to support our female artists. Like, I'm just giving an
exactly.
example. Like, even in East Africa, the female biggest artist is Zuchu. I don't know if you know Zuchu. She's very popular. She's the one who is married to Diamond Platinums, and she covers that
Okay,
area. She
I know
has a
Diamond
massive,
Platinum.
yeah, she's married to Diamond Platinum. She's quite popular, and she's popular in that region. So she has 4 countries on lock. They support her no matter what, on YouTube, on streaming, and all the girls look
See,
up to her. they see themselves in her. So I just want that even for just in general for my fellow African sisters, both in pageantry, both in entertainment, just both massive support. So I just yeah, so I just feel like pageantry is something that people should also be supporting people. They do it for football, anything that's male related, they always get support. But for us women, it's like, there's just so much potential. I feel even we women, we are very diverse. There's a lot of things we
Yes,
can even sell. We fit very well in each part of
part,
entertainment,
yes,
of
each
anything
sense
that's
of the
we can style ourselves with clothes, with hair. You can market as women in general. So I just don't understand why we women, we just don't want, some of us women, we don't want to support each other. I think that's just the only thing that sometimes pisses me off.
it's
Yeah,
been
but
there
yeah,
for
because we,
ages. Like, I don't know why. I don't know
it's,
why. Because even
yeah,
even in politics, it's the same thing in politics. You see
oh,
women not supporting women in politics. You see them bashing them and all that. It doesn't
oh,
really make sense
yeah,
because
well,
it's
like
just like,
how? Sorry.
we live in a male-dominated society, especially here in Africa. So it's
Oh,
kind of, I don't know. The women
it's
feel,
crazy.
oh, the male has, I don't know. It's just,
It's just
and I think
crazy.
the younger ones coming up because I like the fact that there's a lot of feminists around now. Unlike
Yeah,
before when people were not allowed to speak freely, but now people are allowed to speak freely, and I think that will also help the generation,
yeah.
coming up to realize that they have to support themselves,
Mm-hmm.
their own
Because it's
gender.
about
They
growing.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
very very
it's about
important.
growing.
Very
And the
important.
thing is, I'm not even that type of person who would do gender wars like, oh, the male versus the female or feminist and all
Mm.
that. I'm not that type. I'm
Feminist.
I'm all
Okay.
for, but I'm all for equal opportunities. I just feel like
Yes.
I hate when um I hate when potentials are squandered because you lower
Mm.
yourself. You've been
Yes.
brought to this world with a purpose, and not because, oh, it's a man. Okay, even if you marry, your life doesn't end there. People, you
Yes.
have dreams. You have dreams. You want to follow those dreams.
To
You
fulfill
want
your
to,
dreams.
yeah, you want to fulfill it. It's just crazy because we have a massive continent, and our women also need to be represented. It's not, especially in the
Exactly.
entertainment industry. That's even the thing that pisses me off. The entertainment industry is even more female. Let's just be honest. I'm just
Yes,
sick
it's
and
more female
tired.
related.
Like it's a female thing, maybe
Yeah.
like industries or engineering or maybe very tech thing. We know that's mostly male dominated, but entertainment, you know.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
true. But you see more
I'm
male,
every
in the
single time.
entertainment
Like I'm
industry
just
than
tired.
female.
Like yeah, I'm
It's
just
sad.
tired. Yeah,
It's sad.
it's
It's,
just
it's
sad.
very sad.
Ah, because you see
That
our
topic,
Western.
we can't even exhaust it if we start talking about it.
Oh, I'm even tired. Seriously, I am even tired.
We
Gosh.
can't
Oh,
exhaust that particular topic.
yeah, I want to.
That's
So it
just
just pisses me off, but I'm like, oh, let me just this thing. Yeah.
it is
Oh
well.
God.
It is well. I, I,
It is.
I, I feel one day everything. I feel like we are getting to that point
Yeah.
where, but it's still not there yet. We're not there yet, but we are getting to that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
No.
I want to ask a question. Where do you
Yes.
think this Miss Africana pageant should hold if they want to hold the first edition? Where do you think is the country, or what do you think should be the host country?
For me, the host country should be a country where, of course, the logistics and everything runs smoothly. Because fans, we have to make it open for fans to also travel and to be accommodated. A place where we know that there's a dome, there's everything. Me personally, I would say um, an easy country would be, oh, and their flight ticket. I'm thinking maybe Rwanda.
Ghana.
Ghana,
Ghana.
Rwanda, Ghana or
Ghana is
Rwanda,
on my list.
Ghana or Rwanda. I'm thinking Ghana too. Ghana. The thing is, I mean, there are a lot of flights going to Ghana. There are a lot
Okay.
of flights going to Ghana is easy. Ghana is, when it comes to the logistics, everything is good, everything is fine. I'm wondering which dome we have to hold the event. National Theater is too small. It's too small because the event needs to be held where it's a bit big. I'm
Big.
thinking which venue. I'm really thinking. As for no, not the Accra
They
Sports
can they
State
can do it in a
Stadium.
way like Miss Cosmos stage where they have this open air,
Outdoor,
with
yeah.
I don't know. I
Oh,
think that's what's gonna work.
me personally, I'm going to sound controversial because me, I don't like the capital. I'm going to be
Or South
controversial. Where
Africa.
I mean, it's okay, but I'll say Rwanda. I will say Rwanda because Rwanda things are easy
Rwanda,
there.
okay.
They hold international events. They have that beautiful dome, which is the NBA dome, but that can even
And
be
they
used
have
for
tourist
pageantry.
destinations as
There's
well.
a lot of tourists there, and things are easy there. The place is clean. It's easy to navigate. Internet is there. It's like they have mostly free Wi-Fi. Everything is just easy there. I'll say, yeah, Rwanda, Kenya. um, if for me personally, if it has to be Accra, Accra, I don't know. I'm being biased that I want it rather in my region, Volta region, because it's so beautiful, it's so serene, it's green. There's space. It's not choked, but they have to
Okay.
keep it in a capital. They have to do it in a capital. So I'm just wondering which venue. That's the problem. The venue that they will have to host it in, because you don't want this to be a hotel type of event. It should be a bit of a big venue. I think maybe conference center probably. But yeah, but if I have to choose maybe outside of Ghana, then it's going to be either Rwanda or Kenya. Kenya too also has a very good infrastructure when it comes to international events or conferences. They host them very well. Kenya is easy to navigate for even tourism
Exactly.
or tourists or visitors. There's mostly free Wi-Fi in areas. They can also visit there's going to be a lot of tourist activities there too, because we know Kenya too has good tourism infrastructure. So even the girls that are traveling from outside, they also take them around those places. So and also, yeah, flights go there. So I would say, yeah, Ghana, Rwanda, Kenya. I would prefer them to go throughout the whole of Africa, but the thing is, if you have to look at these things, you have to look at the logistics. You have to look at the logistics, you need to look at the safety, you need to look at how easy it is to navigate the places, because there also needs to be free movement, and not that they'll only stay in a gated community or whatever. So, oh, are you there? Oh, Abby. Oh, hello. 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 Hello.
Now.
Hello.
Sorry.
Oh, no
I
worries.
The network flew me out.
Okay, no
I'm back
worries.
now.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
No
been having
worries.
an interesting conversation, and I feel like this is a topic that I need to hear the opinions of. Like you mentioned, you're looking at Rwanda. That was your first choice, and you also
Yeah.
said Ghana as well, but you're also looking at
Kenya.
Rwanda,
Yeah,
Kenya,
Kenya too. Yeah,
Tanzania
Kenya
too.
too. Tanzania, yeah. Places where it's easy for these people to navigate outdoor events, not just events in gated communities, they need to have free movement. They need to also do the tourism in each country. And,
Exactly.
we wish, me, my preferences, of course, every year they won't choose the same location. I want them to travel throughout all the 52 African countries. That's my preference, but we know the
Okay.
challenges but we know the challenges traveling within Africa. Aside from visa issues, there's also issues of not only maybe security, the infrastructure,
Insecurity,
the infrastructure to
healthcare.
the yeah, healthcare. If there's an emergency, what's going to happen? Just things that maybe you have to look out to, transportation, venue, just so
Internet.
many things, internet, things like that. So it needs to be a place of convenience. Yes, it's sad that in Africa, when they host a big event, it's only specific countries they choose, but it's not, it's not their preference, but because of how the situation is, so
Yeah.
um yeah, so yeah, so those are the things I would say. For me, again, further countries that they can also look into. Even the thing is, because it's Miss Africana too, so it's not only going to be for Anglophone countries, it's going to be for all the African countries.
Yes,
So
even francophone
language
countries
too.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Francophone, Lusophone. Then when we also invite our Latin American sisters, the Spanish too. So, when we do all of this, we need to have the translators ready, you know
Exactly.
they need to have the translators ready, or unless they say, listen, even if you come from these countries, please learn how to speak English. That's the only way.
Yes, but most of the ladies don't speak English that well. Like they're not really fluent in English, and they
Yeah,
might not
some.
want to, and that might really impede their
Hmm.
when they, in terms of expressing themselves freely on stage.
Let me
That would
tell
not,
you.
I don't
Let me
know.
tell you, when I was watching Miss Africa production and they had this girl from, was she from Angola? She struggled and they didn't even have a translator on set. She really, really struggled. When they asked her a question on stage, she could she could barely say anything, so she was just saying it in Portuguese, and then the judge said, yeah, whatever you said, I agree with you, I feel with it. And I'm like, come on, man, listen, you people, is either you get a translator, if you
Mm,
know that you are making it open for other people, or you just specifically say that you need the requirement is that you need to speak English. That's it. Because
yes,
it was so embarrassing for her. So we don't want that situation. If you want to bring these people, please maybe bring translators, or those girls should be bilingual. Me personally, if I
yes,
had my way, I would say strictly put in the requirement that these girls should be bilingual who will be representing.
exactly. To
They
avoid
should be
a
bilingual.
lot of
Yeah, because
issues.
yeah, so that you know what it is. They should also, of course, they know how to speak their language. If they want to communicate with their fans on social media or anything, then they can speak their language. But on stage, they need to be bilingual.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
That
need
that's
to be
that's that
bilingual.
yeah, need to be bilingual because I feel like when you're going for a pageant, you need to know that English is a universal language. So if you
Yes.
don't know English, it's going to affect the
Yeah.
person in the long run. Yes, it's very, very
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
English is
yeah, yeah. So English is definitely a requirement. So many things that they probably will have to work on. Language, because Africa is very diverse,
yes,
so
very
we
diverse. We
from
have
other
persons that speak
countries.
Portuguese. We have countries
Yeah,
that speak Spanish.
Spanish too.
And
Yeah, Equatorial Guinea and
Ecuadorial Guinea, Cape
yeah,
Verde, and those
yeah,
Sao Tome and Principe. Those is it Sao
Principe.
Tome
Yeah, the
and
Portuguese.
Principe, yeah.
Yeah,
They speak
yeah,
Portuguese
yeah.
and all that.
Portuguese, yeah. So yeah, so they have to do that in regards to the language. And yeah, we'll see how the auditions will be. Probably each of these countries will have their national
They have a national directors already. They've
director.
started
Yeah.
applying.
Yeah,
They've
yeah, yeah,
started
yeah. So
applying.
they
If you go
have
to their page, you see that
yeah, I
they've
saw
started
it.
appointing national
Yeah,
directors.
yeah, I saw it. I saw it. So they'll have their national event.
Yes,
They'll
Majid is
have
your
their
national
national.
director.
I know our actor, our guy. Listen, let me
Our
tell
actor
you.
Majid Michael, Pastor Majid
Pastor.
Michael. I was even
I
shocked
want
when I saw him. I said, "Oh, Majid, I thought you were a pastor. Wow,
don't mind him. Don't mind him. That man doesn't know what what he
I
wants.
was really shocked when I saw it. I was like,
I
wow,
saw
that's
it
a
too.
good one.
I'm like, dude, you want to be an actor? Seriously, it's so funny. It's so crazy, you know. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. So for me, I've listed out my locations.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't have mind to say. So for West Africa, I would say maybe Senegal, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. I wouldn't
What
have
about
mind to say
Gambia? Is it Gambia or
Gambia.
Gabon? Gambia is good
Gambia
too. I heard that Gambia has nice
beaches. Gambia is
locations, nice
touristic.
spots. Yeah, beaches.
Gambia is a tourist place. It's also very calm. It's
Yes,
very peaceful.
very
But let's
peaceful.
say I feel in terms of African real African culture or African sceneries, museums, monuments. Senegal is the place. Senegal, they have the African Renaissance. That's a monumental thing. Then they also have the I saw the new African museum they've built. They have a beautiful newly structured railway. You know, there's so
Wow.
many things to do. There's the beach even. There's the if you know how many African museums they
You
have.
know, it's
So
good to
even
explore these
when
African countries, oh, you know,
oh they are
most
beautiful.
times.
It's
Yes.
beautiful. No, Dakar is beautiful. But the thing
Mm,
is with Gambia is okay, but Gambia is only a beach place. People just come there for beach,
just for
relax, and
being,
for bola.
you know,
You know,
relaxing. Mm.
they go for they
I
go for
see.
beach, they go for sand, sea, beach, Ebola.
Yeah,
You know, so I mean, I personally don't think it's the best place.
the
Cote
best
d'Ivoire
place.
too, yeah, Cote d'Ivoire too. They also have the good infrastructure. I wouldn't have mind to actually say Nigeria because I also wish that maybe Nigeria has had the Miss Africa production. They have Miss Africa tourism. You know, they're also trying, but the problem I find maybe with Nigeria is that everything will be just almost like in gated community, if I'm not mistaken. The
Yes, they
girls
will not
need to be
allow them
free.
freely
The
out.
girls need to be free. They need to walk out
Yes,
free. Or is it Abuja that they're going to host it to? But Abuja is expensive to like. I don't
yeah, I
know.
feel they should go to Cross River,
Or
Calabar.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where
like
we have
Calabar.
the
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
they
we
had
have a lot
the
of
this thing, the carnival, you know. So Cross River
carnival
State
and
too.
all. I think
I think maybe that would also be
also
perfect, you know, a place, but not Lagos, not
not Lagos.
Lagos
Lagos
at
is
all.
choked up. No, no, Lagos. No.
It's crazy, not Lagos, you
It's
know.
either
So
Abuja, either Cross River,
yeah,
Abuja, and where
Abuja,
else?
yeah,
I think
yeah,
those are the
maybe
two places
Akwa
I
Ibom
feel.
State,
Akwa
maybe
Ibom,
Akwa Ibom
or
State,
I
yeah,
think those are the
because
two
they need
places
to
I feel
be
they
free.
will be safe
Yeah, yeah,
and they
they
will be
need to be
free. They
free.
have a lot of sceneries there and
The
all that.
scenery,
So
yeah, yeah, beautiful places to walk
good
around,
ones.
to just feel
Uh,
free, not gated communities and all those
yeah,
things, you know, and
yeah.
all that. Yeah, so I think, yeah, yeah, I am actually looking forward to
Anyway,
it.
Nigeria is not really on my list, Sha.
Where is not on your list?
Nigeria is not on my list.
Oh, I try to be positive.
No, no, Nigeria is not on my list. As in Nigeria,
Oh,
Nigeria is not on my list.
oh, because it has the potential, you know,
It
it's the
has the potential, but
entertainment. Oh,
I feel like you just mentioned it. When you say gated and all those kind of things, it will not be
oh,
as much free as I want them to be in other
eh,
countries. And I feel like Nigeria should maybe it's alternative, but for me, I would have wanted Ghana,
yeah,
Tanzania,
yeah.
Namibia.
Yeah,
All these countries. Yeah, Namibia is good.
Namibia. Namibia is good,
And
but it's ghost town. But anyway, it helps. It helps that
it's
it's a
a ghost
ghost town.
town.
It's a ghost. There is very underpopulated. There's almost nothing there. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
it's yeah, it's. I mean, the place looks nice. It's good. The population is very low, even though they have a big land mass. The population is just like what 2 million people. It's so
Oh.
low populated,
Oh
and
wow,
there's
it's
not.
only I didn't know. I thought maybe
And,
because I used to
and
see
the
some
flight ticket will be
nice,
it's
oh
beautiful.
wow,
It's beautiful, but the flight ticket to there is going to be really expensive because there's
really
not a lot of
expensive.
flights that go there. You know, now before you have to go to this
Wow.
place and all that. So Namibia, I won't say for me.
I
I
think
would even
Kenya
prefer.
too. Kenya is a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
option.
yeah,
Namibia,
yeah.
since
I called
Namibia
Kenya.
2 million.
Yeah, yeah,
Kenya is
yeah.
a,
I actually called
Kenya is a
Kenya
better
before.
option. Kenya is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
better option.
I
Kenya,
actually
Tanzania.
yeah,
Mm,
I called Kenya before, so I
better.
even say Kenya is a good option. Zimbabwe too would be a good option. Zimbabwe over
Yes, Zimbabwe
Namibia.
too.
Yeah, yeah. Zimbabwe
Zimbabwe
would be,
too.
yeah, it's a beautiful place to be honest,
A
you know.
beautiful place to
Zimbabwe
be.
would be, it would be a far better option. They are very
Yeah.
peaceful. The plan there will, everything will go as planned there. I think
Yes.
it's a good option to over Namibia.
Yes.
Namibia, the thing is, it's not many people that go there, so the flight tickets will
Mm.
be more expensive,
It'll be
and
more expensive, and
it's just, yeah, it's not this
like
thing.
you mentioned,
But
this
for
the population is not much.
it's, yeah, the population too is not much. There's just not, and it's so, I don't know how
Enough.
to say it. The place is too European. It's
Oh, I
too
see.
European. You see the I don't know how to say it. You really see the colonial trademarks there.
Influence,
It's
colonial
a
influence is
lot.
much.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
too
much there.
much. The German, this thing from the building, like this is an African event. Like you just, I don't know how to say it. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
need, they need, they need, they need a lot of African heritage and history to
History,
also show our
yes,
sisters coming from the other
yeah.
continents as
I
well.
I agree. I agree. And not that place, not a place where, sorry to say it, every street you go to, it's Van Horsen, Van Goodsen, all those European names, not even a freaking single African name
Single
street,
African name.
The
Wow,
name
that's
street
bad.
on the place. It's just so colonial. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And I love their president. I love, she's a female president. She's a
Yeah,
Pan African. I really love her, and for her, she's really fighting these things. I know what Namibia has gone through. They went through a horrible, horrible past. What they went through,
yeah.
the genocide and everything. But
Genocide. Yeah.
they probably are working on all of these things. Place shouldn't be too over colonial or whatever mindset. So I think that's okay. But I feel for our Caribbean or Latino, whatever, from coming from South America, I think
South
in
America.
regards to flight, and everything, maybe the event in West Africa would be more easy for them.
Easier
When it comes to
to accept.
flying,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, it's easy
Like
to fly. The flights between these two places. I know there's smooth flights, and I don't think there's a direct flight there. They probably have to go to the UK, change, and
there has
then
to be
go to
stopovers, and it depends on the
stop
airline
over.
as well.
Yeah, yeah. There's not a direct airline. I think I heard there was one airline as of late that did it. Was it Epis or one
Airpiece.
airline? Yeah, I
Airpiece.
think it's Epis.
Airpiece. Wow.
Epis, yeah, that started the flight. I think the first
No,
Caribbean
Airpiece is
country was
going from
Barbados.
Lagos to UK. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
but
about
we are talking
Barbados
about
and
direct.
Barbados.
Yeah, no, I saw that as of late, recently,
Okay,
they
okay,
started a
recently.
flight. They started a flight between Nigeria and Barbados.
Oh wow, that's a good one
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. They
a
were
lot
the
of people don't
first.
really have that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we know there's a visa-free trade between West African countries and
Yes,
the
African,
Caribbean, but the
yeah, and
problem is
those
the
Caribbean
flights is the
countries.
issue. Yeah, the flights is
Yeah.
the issue. So
Mm.
yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking
Probably
forward
she's
to it
working on
too.
it. Yeah, she's working on it.
He's working
I
on the
actually had
logistics
working on the logistics.
and
The thing with me
funds
is,
as well. Funds.
yeah, fun so many things. Even the thing with me is, many years ago I said there was a pageant that I wanted to come up with, um but it would need, I don't know if that type of concept will attract sponsors, if that makes sense.
But
It's
let us know the
called like
concept.
Miss,
If I can tell.
yeah, yeah, you never can tell. So mine would have been like Miss Village.
Miss
That's it.
Village.
Miss
Oh, wow.
Village. So you get like the girls directly from the deep village and then transform them, you know, coach
Okay.
them with speaking, coach them with a lot of
It's
things,
those
transform
etiquettes too,
them, and
like modern
yeah, yeah,
etiquettes and all.
etiquette and all that stuff, and also help them, empower them, grow them, and just so many things. Because at least you don't get that girl that has been already, let's say, developed,
Polish.
or the nepo babies who are above it. Just something that's so relatable and all that stuff. So it was many years ago I had the idea. But yeah, who knows in the future?
Who knows? It's a
Who
good
knows in the
concept. It's
future?
good. At least
Yeah,
it's to
yeah,
empower these ladies and to make sure that
yeah.
they are not
Empower
left
them,
out
yeah.
in society.
Out, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Things
it's a
like
very
that.
good one.
But the thing is, our this when it comes to sponsorship and everything, it's just crazy.
It's difficult to get sponsored.
Sponsorship for
That's
the
the
most
problem,
menial thing.
and
We
that's
are a
what
big
pageant.
continent.
Yes, even in Nigeria, we will still struggle with having good
Oh,
sponsors. After many
Oh,
years of being consistent in the pageant
eh?
industry, they're still struggling with sponsors. So it's something that you're not going to grow out of it. It's going to be a
Eh,
problem
eh?
until we have a society that actually values pageantry.
Values,
You
eh?
know, that's
Because
just the
I'm
problem.
thinking, because I'm thinking, why is it that the people from Big Brother they are getting all these sponsors and endorsement, but then with pageantry you can have makeup sponsors, you can have the hair sponsors, like fashion boutique, anything, face of this.
Because
So
yeah, because people still feel Big Brother is more entertaining.
then people watch it.
Yeah, people watch it
I
more.
guess.
Feel it's
It's
more entertaining, and
crazy.
they like the immorality and most of the bad
Uh,
screws that happens in the
it's
house.
crazy. It's crazy.
So they
It's
prefer to
crazy.
watch it, and they feel, oh, they're going to make more. It's going to be fun to watch than.
If it is Big Brother Nigeria, then I wonder how they'll do it if it is Love Island Nigeria.
I'm telling you, those things that they don't even have it here in Nigeria. I think there was one they
I
were
they,
trying to do one
they
time,
were
but
trying
it
to
didn't
do
work.
and it didn't work. It
It
didn't
didn't
work.
work out.
I'm like, what was the point of having a launch
Then
party?
the Real Housewives of Lagos, Real Housewives
Oh yeah, that one they have it. Yeah,
of Kenya and South Africa and all
yeah.
Durban and
The
all those
show
things. Those
Max.
ones really
Yeah,
moved. In fact,
yeah.
it
Those
really
ones they did well.
they did
They
well. They
did
did well.
they did well. They did well. Even the Real Housewives of Lagos season 2 was better in terms of
Yeah,
production. But yeah,
production. They
yeah,
did well.
it has to do with at the end of the day, it has to do with production. All of these things,
Yes,
filming,
production.
editing, post production, everything. There's work that goes into it to make it
Yeah,
interesting. So yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
You
but
have to
yeah,
put in the work.
work.
And
Yeah, I know it's true.
most of the things that's also that's bit like that's a problem here is equipment. We don't have a lot of equipment,
Yeah,
like
it is
other like the
expensive.
Asians. The Asians are the
Yeah.
best in the pageantry. They are the best in
Yeah, yeah.
production.
They have,
We don't
yeah.
have that
It
much equipment. That's the
you
issue.
know what? I'm not going to lie. It is expensive. Those
Yeah, it's
the production items and those equipment, lighting, everything. It is expensive and it will require a lot of electricity. Even if you
yeah.
see what brings those things, is big lorries. So even when they do
Wow.
like concerts, you see the Beyonce concerts and all those big celebrities, they go to the stadium. It is lorry upon lorry that come and they'll fix it,
Okay.
let's say a day prior. You need a team of, let's say, 50
A
people to come
team.
and fix it.
Wow.
50 people to come and fix each side, the set, the stage, the lighting, the
Okay.
angles, everything whatsoever. And then you need the better camera team too that will film the whole thing also very well. The camera
Yes.
crew, you need live
Crew.
people, you need
You need
walkie
lightning. You
talkies,
need,
they will need to
like you mentioned, you
communicate.
need electricity, constant one.
You need the project managers to even who are there on site who will lead and direct the whole place, especially if it's a live event, for
Yeah.
everything to be on point too. So it's it's money, but the thing is it's worth it. If you invest a lot good in
Mm,
quality, it is worth it. But yeah, it's money. So yeah.
it's money.
Oh
That's
god,
just the
yeah.
major thing. I think funds, sponsors, and a good management team
Yeah.
is what is make it will make a pageant more successful.
Yeah.
So that's very, very important. And also government too. If government can also
That's the thing.
support. Government,
Yeah.
we lack government support here in Nigeria, and
But
that's one of the reasons
yeah. Oh,
why pageants are
it's
just
yeah, it's in
I don't know.
general. It is,
In
yeah,
general, the
it's
government is
in
not interested.
general. Yeah, they just wonder what minister and of arts and culture they actually do. You don't even know
Yeah.
what they actually do,
They don't
they
know.
just only
They don't do
appear.
anything.
I don't understand their purpose, to be honest,
I don't
because
know.
you are like, okay, minister of arts and culture, even to organize culture events or anything, we don't
Events.
even see those things.
We don't
Just
see
even
those
cultural
things.
events, we don't see it. It's always a private person that's doing these things. As for the
And they will
Calabar,
not
I
invite
remember.
them to go and give speech.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As if you were involved. The thing is, even the Calabar Calabar carnival, because I remember it
Yes.
long time ago. In the beginning it was really a success. It was popping. I know they went
Yeah, it
down
was
for a
very
couple of
popular.
years, but it was good. And I think the how do I say it? Was it the council of Calabar today were involved in this. The former Calabar governor or something like that, the Cross River State governor,
Cross River
he
State Governor
tried.
Doda King.
Yeah, yeah, I think he really tried. He invested in the
Yes,
place. He also
he brought in
invested.
those concepts.
He
He brought
even
in those
brought in those concepts. So it wasn't even a whole general minister of whatever arts and culture
concepts.
that did it. So it's just crazy.
It's just ideas. When people lack ideas and they are put in an office where they don't
Yeah,
have idea, it's going to be difficult for them to grow.
what's the
Or for
point
that
of your
particular.
position? What's the point of your position? And
We all
I
know
just
how it
wanna.
works in Africa. You might not have idea, but as long as you have the connection, they will just put it there, and you go there and siphon funds.
Mm.
Siphon
It's
funds for you and your
crazy.
family members, and that's all.
It's crazy because even
Very
going back
crazy.
to because going back to Rwanda, even I was watching a documentary last time. Rwanda, they position themselves very well, for like, listen, international, not only international investments, international events, everything whatsoever. Out of their own money, they built a dome, as a basketball dome. Very
Yeah.
beautiful. It looks like the American one. And they say, hey, we are open. NBA, which is the basketball confederation or something like that. They saw this and they say, okay, we will put NBA Africa in Rwanda. That is the general place we will put it in. Every year there's going to be a basketball event for this thing, the NBA equivalent of Africa. So from
You
other
see?
African countries, and they position themselves well because they didn't ask anybody to even build that dome. They used the funds to build it themselves. And if you see how beautiful the place is, it's very nice. They have the infrastructure. They built the place exactly like a basketball court in like the American one. And they made the deal. They've made deals when it comes to many conferences, to cultural events or any
Yeah.
conferences. They say we have tourism also to show. We have the how do you say, the gorilla park. Everybody works with a gorilla. They had an event too where they did a gorilla naming ceremony, and a lot of celebrities were there. Hollywood stars, Naomi Campbell, they go there every year. So the way they position themselves is what has attracted it. You have to invest in order to get
Yes.
something back. But there's just no effort whatsoever. It's just like, what is there? Even
No
I'm not going to
effort
lie.
at all.
I'm even going to lie.
It's
Same
just
with
they're just there
Ghana.
for their own selfish interest.
I said the same thing even about Ghana. I love my country, but it's painful for me to
It's an
say this.
African thing. It's an
When
African thing.
when we had the year of return and all that stuff,
Yeah.
the initiative was good, and I was there for it. But the thing is, like, okay, you've made all this money, so-called collected billions in this. Why is our art center looking the way it is? It hasn't even evolved. Tourists come to art center, and the art center is still looking like a slum. Instead of it to be created as if in a beautiful building, which is a museum, and then you still have the sellers, they can still be there, they can still promote it and all that stuff. No, some touches up has to also be done to some of our historical sites. Like, yes, we do have our Ghana Independence Square, and the place is beautiful, but it needs to still be touched up. The only place I'll say that they've maybe put in effort was the Kwame Nkrumah Park, but there are so many things
Yeah.
that we could work on. Even like, it's crazy. Even if in our hometown, which is in the Volta region, because where
Yeah.
I'm coming from, our region borders with Togo. We are
Okay.
all the way at the
Okay.
eastern part, so
System part.
our language for Ewe is very similar to the Togolese language.
Togolese
And
language.
we also have equivalent in Benin Republic, which is, they call it
Oh, I
Fongbe,
see.
but we are almost like the same distance. And our region, I don't want to be biased, is beautiful. We have waterfall, it's very nature friendly, it's very peaceful, it's mountain,
Peaceful.
it's beautiful. But the thing is, we are not really getting investment like that. And I feel
Wow.
like the issue.
I think it's from
Okay.
the political representatives, those in
Yeah,
power. They are
it's
not
just
doing enough.
crazy. It's yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Not
I'm
really
getting
enough
a phone call,
promote.
Abi, but it was
Okay.
nice talking to you. Sorry
Oh,
for
no
this
problem. It's
abrupt.
fine. I really appreciate your
Oh,
time.
thank you
Yes.
so
Thank you
much.
so
Yeah,
much. Thank
thank
you. I really appreciate
you.
it.
No
Some other
worries.
time.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Same
day.
to you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye. Yes, guys, that was our dearest Miss Criticizer. Yes, she poured out her heart concerning the newly launched Miss Africana, and I know a lot of you have, you have other things to say, some other ideas, and I like the fact that we shared a lot of ideas based off on the pageants, the structure of the pageant, the whole thing. Had a long discussion on this particular pageant. So I hope the organizers are watching. I hope that they're going to adjust a lot, do a little bit of adjustment in their own plans and all that. They have a long time they have a longer period of time to prepare for the pageant, which is going to take place next year. So of course Sabina has a lot of time to prepare, but I feel like these are the gray areas that she needs to work on. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen at the end of the day. And I'm looking forward to the host country that is going to be that's going to host the first or the inaugural event of this particular pageant. Okay, so if you have your own opinion, please comment down below. After we end the live stream, if you're going to be watching, let us know your own thoughts on this newly launched Miss Africana International pageant. And yeah, I think that's all for today. We've done 1 hour 6 minutes, and I have to end the live stream here. I'll see you all in another live stream and another topic, or if there's any other information that comes up, or any other information that comes up on this particular topic, I would be the first to tell you guys. Okay, all right guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, have a nice day.